Hi, and welcome to this new episode in which we're going to go over a very powerful element that will help you boost your vocal development as a singer. And this is something that I encourage every singer to have. So let's dive into it. Hi, welcome to this new episode. I am so grateful and so excited that you're here because what we're going to be covering today will give you, if you truly get this, it can be life-changing for your vocal development, but also for yourself as a person. And that's the idea of having this one thing that will boost your vocal practice. Now, what is that one thing? We're going to go over it, but I do want to give you a little bit of context before we do, because this actually happened, or this episode was inspired by a post that one of our Singing Insider members shared in our Singing Insiders community. If you don't know what the Singing Insiders is, by the way, it's our membership for singers that want to become better singers. That's a place where you can learn all about singing, where you have a team of coaches to support you and guide you throughout your journey, where you get to connect with other singers. All in all, it's the place to be if you want to develop yourself as a singer. And in our community, one thing that came up, by the way, if you want to join, there's a link in the description below that you can check out to do that. So in our community, one of our members posted that she was like mind blown by the progress that she had made in just a couple of weeks. This was a new member. And she shared that in the past, she had some one-on-one vocal coaching sessions with other singing teachers. And it took her months to get to a place where she was actually happy with the results. And by just being in our membership in the Singing Insiders for a few weeks, she already had made way more progress than throughout those couple of months working one-on-one with a coach. And I thought this was such an interesting thing to look at. Because then my brain goes to, well, how is that possible? Like, what made this growth, and especially this fast pace of growing, happen? My coach always says, success leaves clues. And this was definitely a success. So I was looking at the clues, like what made this happen? And here's what I identified. There's a few things that I identified. And it's really true because when I look at my own development as a singer, as a coach, as a person in general, I see those same elements coming back. And there's a few of them. So the first one is this: discipline. What I mean by that? When you're working one-on-one with someone, you have a particular time that you have your appointment with. And so oftentimes singers, especially beginner singers that want to learn how to sing, the first thing that they do is look for a singing teacher. And I understand why that might be, right? Because in our upbringing, we went to school, we got a teacher telling us what to do, how to apply it, and that's how we would learn. So it's normal when you're learning a new skill that you're looking for a teacher within that skill. However, when you are not working one-on-one with someone, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands. So it is important to still have a proven process that you can follow. However, it's not always necessary to do it one-on-one with someone. Let me share a little bit more about that. By going through a specific process by yourself, you're developing that discipline to keep showing up, whether that's every day, every 2 days, maybe every week. So in the Singing Insiders, I share with you how you can craft your own effective practice session so that you can actually do your singing practice, but in an efficient way. I'm not leaving you hanging out to dry. So it's important that you have a process to follow. But by doing it by yourself, You're learning to have that discipline and to have that responsibility. That's the moments where you're taking 100% responsibility for your growth, your development. And that is power. No one can take that away from you. Here's a choice that you get to make. You can either stay dependent on someone, for example, having a singing teacher and having to show up at a certain time every week, and that is going to be your accountability. Or you can be accountable yourself. You can tell yourself, I'm going to practice, and then you actually do. Doesn't that feel so powerful? Being in integrity with yourself. And that's the power that you can create. And if you can do that within your singing practice, can you imagine what becomes possible in other areas of your life? When you don't need anyone to be your accountability partner to, do the dishes or the cooking or whatever projects that you want to achieve in life. If you can take 100% responsibility to actually achieve those projects, that puts you into power. It puts you at cause in your life instead of at effect. What do I mean by that? As a person, as a human being, oftentimes, many of us, we tend to live at effect. Something happens, and so we have a result, and then we blame things. Oh, well, it's raining today, so I can't go out running. That's an excuse. You can go and run in the rain if you want to. So when you're living at cause in your life, you're actually taking responsibility to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And that gives you all the power. That's personal power. So that's one element to boost your vocal practice. Being able to develop that discipline and develop that sense of responsibility. Another thing that I noticed, so a second thing that will boost your vocal development, is that when you're going through this proven process by yourself, you're actually learning to listen to your voice more and feel your body more. See, when you're working one-on-one with someone, oftentimes your coach or your singing teacher will say, oh, well, that was tensed. Let's try it this way. When you're practicing by yourself, you're learning to recognize those signals yourself. And again, that puts you in the driver's seat. This is a skill that you're developing to notice certain signals of your body. So for example, if you're feeling tension coming up, well, that's good that you're aware of that. Many singers are not even aware of any tension happening. So the fact that you're developing more self-awareness and that you're learning to listen to your body, to your voice, to your sound, that again puts you into the driver's seat. And that gives you the power. And we want to have all the power. We want to be at cause in our life, because when you're at cause, you can actually create anything that you want. And that's what we want, right? We want to live an amazing life. Why else would we be here on planet Earth? And how you live an amazing life is by creating the amazing life that you envision. Same with singing. If you want to be an incredible singer, you're making that happen. You cannot be dependent on someone else making that happen for you. Okay, so that's the second thing. So the first one was discipline and developing that sense of 100% responsibility. The second thing was that you're actually learning to listen to your voice, to your body, to your sound. And then the third one, this is the last one, so important. You're learning to ask for help. When you're going through this proven process to learn how to sing, which is really what we do in the Singing Insiders, we're not expecting you to do everything by yourself. You are allowed to make mistakes along the way. You are allowed to make this process, this singing journey, to find it difficult. You're allowed to be confused. You're allowed to not know if you're doing it right, and ask for help. And for many of us, asking for help can be a challenge. And so that's why in the Singing Insiders, we actually have our team of ambassadors and coaches, and I'm in there too, to really give you feedback and give you support. This will give you the courage that you need, or this will help you develop the courage that you need in any area of life, is asking for help. And especially for the introverts among us, this can be a big challenge. But can you imagine if you can ask for help throughout your singing journey, what that can do in all the other areas of your life? Maybe you're a mom, and asking for help, taking care of the kids and stuff, might be a challenge for you. When you're learning to do that throughout your singing journey, that is something that comes more easily in your personal life as well. And ultimately, this is also something that leads to this sense of community. And that's kind of like a bonus element, I guess. It is tied to this third one, but community and fostering a community, be involved in your community, can make such a big difference within your singing journey and life in general. Really, I'm talking about singing, but this applies to life in any other way. So those were the 3 or 4, if you count that bonus, elements that I saw come back in that post of our new member that shared how much progress she had made in such a small amount of time. And I thought that was so beautiful. And I thought, I need to share this here because it's so valuable to know this. And when you do know this, when you do have that knowledge, you can actually start implementing it. So let me recap how this member got fast results and amazing big results in a short amount of time. 3 things. 1, sense of 100% responsibility, creating that discipline, consistency. 2, she learned to listen to her body, her voice, her sound, her vocal cords. So listening and tuning in and recognizing the signals of your body and your voice. 3, asking for help and daring to ask for help and be involved in the community, be involved, making use of what is available to you, making use of this amazing place where you are part of a world with like-minded people that inspire you, people that you might aspire to be like one day, people that you get to help as well. That's why I do what I do. Anyway, those are the 3 elements that will help you boost your vocal development. Now, next to those high-level things, obviously, we also need to have that proven process. So if you're like, oh, I'm curious what that is, I want to know more, definitely check the link down below in the description. You can join the Singing Insiders if you want to, not at any time. The doors are sometimes closed, but you can put your name on the wait list. However, if you do want to get started, one good way to start, or one little door to start putting all of this into practice, would be to work on your vocal technique, which is all about learning how to use your instrument, your voice. And I'm actually hosting a free workshop coming up all around singing high notes easily, and you are invited. It's totally free. You can register using the link in the description down below as well. So, thank you so much for having been here. I would love to hear your thoughts on this and how this episode has resonated with you. Let me know. Reach out to me on Instagram or drop your feedback in the comments. But I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for having been here, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.